Pope Francis has passed away, and I am in shock, probably like most of you. Pope Francis has meant so much to so many people, and I would like to have a moment of silence and take a moment to appreciate his memory and appreciate the work that he has done for the Church. Eternal rest grant unto Pope Francis, O Lord, and may your perpetual light shine upon him, may he rest in peace. Pope Francis became the Pope when I was 14 years old and I was being confirmed into the Catholic Church. Everything seemed so much more hopeful. The Church was going out to meet the needs of the world and was no longer going to continue to be a bastion of oppression, but instead would humble itself to serve the least of these. This is the work that Pope Francis was called to do, and he did so well. Pope Francis inspired the Hippie Catholic, my ministry. Pope Francis created an environment where Catholics who had felt stifled and silenced finally got to be heard, and finally got to feel welcomed, and that we had a fighting chance for a place in the Church. Pope Francis is one of the greatest popes that we have ever had in the Catholic Church. It is an honor to live in the same time period as Pope Francis. As easy as it is to fall into despair in times that are so dark, such as these, we must continue to do the work that we have been doing, the work that Pope Francis sought so hard to protect. And I will say that when I woke up this morning, I could sense a shift in the force, if you will, but I also had this sense of peace, of not to worry, that things were going to be okay. And I believe that's because of Pope Francis's prayers for us in heaven. He doesn't want us to spiral into grief. He wants us to keep going. He wants us to keep fighting for what's right. We need to pray for his intercession, especially in the election of the next pope. We have to pray that the next pope honors Pope Francis's legacy and continues to do the good work that Pope Francis started. Something that we have to remember as Catholics, as Christians, is that our entire religion is based off of resurrection, out of defeat, victory, out of utter desolation. The Pope has passed, but the fight for the liberation of marginalized people and all people who have been oppressed by the Catholic Church, that fight still continues, and that fight still needs to be fought. I pray that Pope Francis will protect us in heaven just like he did on earth. Echoing the words of Father Jim Martin, thank you, Pope Francis. Thank you for everything. Rest in peace.